Welcome to Win the Day from Back to the Bible. I'm your coach, Pastor Nat, and today we will talk about how we are nothing without Jesus. As a child, there are some things that are too difficult to do on your own. For example, opening up a jar, reaching the bowls in the cupboard, or even crossing the monkey bars. I remember my kids would try to cross the monkey bars on their own, but struggled to make it across. But then I would grab them by their waist and I would move them across the bars. This is a great illustration of our life with Christ. Apart from Christ, there is little we can do. In fact, when it comes to things of the Spirit, we truly cannot do it without Jesus. This is what John writes in John chapter 21, beginning in verse 1. After this, Jesus revealed himself again to the disciples by the Sea of Tiberias, and he revealed himself in this way. Simon Peter, Thomas called the twin, Nathanael of Cana in Galilee, the sons of Zebedee, and two others of his disciples were together. Simon Peter said to them, "I am going fishing." They said to him, "We will go with you." They went out and got into the boat, but that night they caught nothing. Just as day was breaking, Jesus stood on the shore. Yet the disciples did not know that it was Jesus. Jesus said to them, "Children, do you have any fish?" They answered him, "No." He said to them, "Cast the net on the right side of the boat, and you will find some." So they cast it, and now they were not able to haul it in because of the quantity of fish. In case you forget, in chapter 20, Jesus has been raised from the dead. He's made several appearances, but at first, people did not recognize him. At other times, he simply appeared to the disciples in a locked room, and then he disappeared. Here, it's been an unspecified amount of time, where we pick it up in chapter 21. John says, "After this, Jesus revealed himself again to the disciples by the Sea of Tiberias." Now, this is both true physically and spiritually. In his glorified state, he would physically be present, but needed to help them see who he really was. And then spiritually, without the working of the Spirit, people will not know Jesus. Romans 3 declares that no one seeks after God. 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 14 says, "The natural person does not accept the things of the Spirit of God, for they are folly to him. He is not able to understand them because they are spiritually discerned." Then in verse 3, Peter makes a pivotal decision. It says, Simon Peter said to them, "I am going fishing." And they said to him, "We will go with you." Now, we know that Peter was an A-type personality. He was a quick reaction man. He's growing tired of waiting on Jesus. So he says, "I am going fishing." Now, this wasn't a decision to pass the time. It was a decision to stop waiting and go back to his old life. The disciples, they follow their leader, so they get right to it. But much like Luke chapter 5, fishing without Jesus' power proved meaningless. They fish all night and catch nothing. Now, maybe this wasn't the best decision. And in verse 4, Jesus returns, but again, they do not recognize him. He asks them, "Have you caught any fish?" They say, "No, the fishing stinks here." So Jesus again tells them what to do and showing his deity. They follow his command, and again their nets are overflowing. Truly, without God's help, we can do nothing. So here's my challenge for you today. Stop trying to do life in the flesh. It's so easy to do ministry and life on your own. It's easy to strategize without consulting God first. It's our default to make impulsive decisions void of any concern for God or His power. But again, we see that apart from God, we are truly nothing. So today, pause whatever you're doing and ask God for wisdom and power. When we live in dependence upon God, we will win the day.